After beating Poppy Playtime Chapters 1 and 2, dabbling in Project Playtime, and trying my best to blind speedrun Garten of Ban Ban, something occurred to me. Why are so many games nowadays themed around childhood nostalgia horror, or not even nostalgia, but just like childlike creepiness? I mean, even going back to like 2014 with Five Nights At Freddy's, which I admit I never played, it seems gamers and the internet love a happy-go-lucky, singy song creepfest. So of course, being the young millennial, old zoomer I am, I took to the interwebs for research. At first, I didn't know how to ask my profound philosophical question, so I just went for, why are children creepy? I mean, is it their constant need for attention, their inability to hold up their own necks, or is it their devious way of handing you their hair-covered Cheetos fresh off the Carpet Express? In fact, it was none of those. TVTropes.com gave me an answer that it comes down to the unnaturalness of a calm, well-expressed child, because although it seems like a parent's sweet dream, we know it's just not natural. Thing is, none of these recent games are exactly about children, but the tools used to entertain them. I mean, another great example is Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, a great online and now TV series featuring a set of puppet-like humanoid characters who seem to be spoofing all of our favorite children's shows with an incredibly dark existential undertone. It's funny because this made me realize the pattern of children's shows not using people to teach children, but always using humanoid creatures or monsters. Yes, monsters. You'd think that the one thing that the children are afraid of isn't going to be the main tool used to entertain them, but you know, what do I know? But the idea that we use these monsters makes it all the easier to twist these fun sing-along friends into run something's wrong foes. But why monsters, and why is innocence so creepy? Well, the theme of using monsters was definitely made popular by the late Jim Henson, aka the goated creator of the Muppets. Marionette puppets, or like a young me called them, monster puppets. From famous media such as The Dark Crystal, The Labyrinth, Sesame Street, and so much more, Henson's work was definitely an inspiration to child programming everywhere, and by proxy, those who wish to imitate, parody, and repurpose it, even if for nefarious reasons. Monsters alone are already creepy, so what is it about children's monsters in themes that attract such a scary vibe? Well, that stems from what was mentioned earlier about the unnaturalness of something innocent that should cause you to let your guard down being violent or harmful. It seems there's also some kind of correlation with dolls, puppets, and all things humanoid for being creepy, which has to stem from the uncanny valley. Also known as the idea that the closer you get to human likeness without exactly hitting the nail on the head, the creepier things get. Think of like mannequins and stuff like that. And it just so happens this human cutesy likeness is a theme amongst children's toys, shows, and more. But still, none of the characters of Garten of Ban Ban or Poppy's Playtime even look humanoid, well except for Poppy, to trigger the uncanny valley. So why are the cutesy monsters so unsettling? Well, my first thought was, it must be the element of misdirection. Much like bright colored mushrooms are poisonous, our fuzzy buddies are lethal yet fun to look at, and this misdirection can be seen as an evil tactic used to confuse and hunt prey. There's also a Japanese term for this known as gurokawa, or you know, something similar to that, or creepy cute. This is the expression of the contrast between something kawaii or cute with morbid, grotesque elements lumped in. And it seems it all comes down to this. It's not so much a psychological fear that births all of these cutesy fiends, but truly a matter of artistic expression. Which might sound obvious, but it's just so close to the psychology of the uncanny valley that I had to look into it. However, they are different. For example, the uncanny valley might be hardwired into our systems to be wary of other tribes or species similar to us, but not us, while cutesy horror just makes for interesting, well-contrasted storytelling.